There's no end to the worries of a college student, a take that somehow still raises a few eyebrows. Well, it ain't like it's your own money. Well, that may be, but I'm the one who have to spend 3 hours in class scrolling through TikTok, so really, who's bearing the cross here? Perhaps nothing troubles the college student more than food. As the joke goes, the college student thinks of breakfast in the morning, lunch in the afternoon, and dinner in the evening. The joke here being that they can't afford any. Making a video about eating in college is a bit of a tightrope walk, cause eating is a touchy subject. It keeps you alive, but it keeps you from actually living, in the sense that every cent that went into buying food is one that you could have shoved up your buddy's ass for giggles. Personally, I've got friends who are starving over, and those who don't probably got bigger issues than their grocery list. So today, I'm gonna show you how to spend as little as humanly possible on food while only slightly reducing your life expectancy. But before we do, please remember, the following content should be consumed responsibly because your source is underqualified. Number 1. Buy or cook. There are only two ways you could obtain sustenance ever since they patched the hunting method last year. This question sounds like a fairly simple one. Just cook, it'll cost less. Well, you're wrong. That's just another one of those dreams that Instagram and TikTok is trying to sell you, all a part of big groceries propaganda. If we ever plan on actually cutting costs, then we must understand two very basic economic principles. I call them Samuel's folly and Samuel's corollary. Samuel's folly states that cutting costs often increases spending because you always gotta reward yourself for cutting costs. On the other hand, Samuel's corollary states that any surplus of money will, upon observation, immediately become disposable income. So it's a three-body problem kind of thing we got going on, which is a real shame because college kids already got enough on their plates. Figuratively, of course. So we gotta be mindful when choosing. It is possible that exclusive usage of either could work, but I don't know. We've known each other for 2 minutes now and you don't strike me as someone who's responsible nor capable of self-restraint. Frankly, I don't think you should be trusted in general. So I recommend finding a mix of two that works best. After years of rigorous experimentation, I personally have settled on the following routine. Breakfast is to be bought. This way, my need for indulgence would be satiated from the get-go. Plus, you really can't go wrong with a good hearty meal to start the day. I recommend finding a spot that serves good food at a reasonable price and befriend the foreign man behind the counter, because for the foreseeable future, that man will have your life in his thick, bushy arms. For lunch, it is best to cook. Maybe it's just a dude thing, but lunch doesn't really take all that much effort, especially once you've already done your due diligence of meal prepping. And it's kinda nice, it kinda forces you to slow down and stuff. The sound of the sizzling oil, the aroma of garlic, it's almost enough to make you forget how horribly the day's already going. And finally, for dinner, I recommend eating out, cause they probably miss you after the whole day that you two had. Number 2, nutrition. Something about college life, I can't quite tell you what it is, but it's hard to remember that it's called bodily needs. And I have had to have it reminded to me the hard way several times. I sure do hope that you're a better listener than I am, cause I really need you to understand. You can't live off of instant ramen. If it was up to me, it would be different, but it was society. And the big man says that we need to spend yet even more of our easy unearned money, or how the toil never ends. Anyways, breakfast is the one meal that I wouldn't overthink. Mainly because by making sure that their food won't kill you, restaurants are able to charge a premium. So your main concern is that it's enough juice to get you through the first part of today's disappointments. For lunch, since we're making it from scratch, I recommend you using this chance to give your body some form of decency. Add in a few fish in the mix, to get your veggies in and all that. For those of you who work out, this is also a good time to meet your protein quota. I'm gonna make a whole other video covering that junk, but for now, just know that for me, I eat rice, fried chicken, and eggs. The most cost-effective way to maintain a figure only your guy friends would ever appreciate. Those of you who don't work out can use the excess effort to catch up with your furry yaoi body pillow. Dinner is perhaps the most crucial. You have to make sure that whatever you eat will last the entire night. I cannot tell you how many perfect weeks I've ruined with a single push of an order now button. Realistically, by now, you must have already clicked off the video, but those who haven't have got all they need to assemble a very solid meal plan. And for the whole 4% of you who dare to see my end screens, allow me to pass on one more piece of advice as thanks. Number 3. Brunch. If you really want to step up your game in cutting costs on food, then you gotta start brunching. But let me be clear, I'm not talking about no mimosa, avocado toast, and eggs benedict. No. This will be a strict boy kibble and white monster semester, my darlings. Nor am I talking about any sort of discipline. You're eating at 10 cause you just woke up at 9:50. But for those of you who wake up at reasonable hours, I say rhetorically, I recommend gaslighting yourself with coffee. 10 in the morning should still be early enough before the acid reflux starts kicking in. Unless it does, in which case, make the best out of it and use the social leeway to try drinking matcha. But with that, I got nothing else for ya. See you next time. Nuts.